You probably noticed that there are some exercises when you're moving an object away from you, and then there are other exercises which seemingly are the same. You're moving yourself in the same pattern, except you moving yourself closer and away to a certain object. For example, doing a bench press as opposed to doing a push-ups. Neurologically, the push-ups are a little bit more complicated on your system. Moving your own body away and closer to a certain position, it is always more complicated than when you're moving an outside object away and closer to yourself, at least neurologically. So when it comes to shoulder presses, that's basically when you're pushing an object over top your head. It's a quite good exercise to work on your shoulder structure and your pushing pattern, but you can also make that neurologically more complicated if you're able to get into a handstands position and doing shoulder presses that way. Now, most people can't really get into that position and perform the shoulder presses, but there's some other ways you can condition yourself this way, so still challenging your nervous system and creating a more stable shoulder structure. So if you have access to one of these equipment, there are plenty of different companies who make this kind of sliding board devices. This is a Total Trainer. So you can just put it in an upside down position. So your hands are gonna be basically on the bar, the lower position. You lay down on your stomach on the board, and essentially you're doing a shoulder press. It's important while you're performing this exercise, you don't wanna lift your trunk away from the equipment. If you squeeze your buttocks, that will stabilize your lower back, so the chances of you pushing up is gonna diminish. Also at the same time, whenever you do any kind of exercises like this where your legs are hanging free, you do not want to cross them. So just pay attention that you don't cross your legs. It creates a faulty movement pattern because your body gets stronger in a very specific way. So if you get stronger while your legs are crossed, your body only going to be able to access the strength you gain fully if you're crossing your legs, which is sort of abnormal under normal circumstances. Also make sure, just like with any other pushing exercise, that while you're gripping the bar, try to keep your wrist relatively straight. You don't want to fall into a position like this. It's obviously going to mess up potentially in the long run some of the ligaments, tendons in your wrist. So try to keep a relatively straight wrist. So this was the Total Trainer shoulder press.